Today we are at the DVLA office here at 37 and we are going to discuss a whole lot of things including the vehicle registration, the examination or the processes that leads to a vehicle being licensed, the number plates, the colors behind it, the prefixes and the suffixes behind it, as well as the Guru Boys and issues arising or matters arising. Today this is what we'll be discussing on regulators. Stay and stay with us. We'll be discussing this with Mr. Atta Mensah. He's the regional manager for DVLA at the 37 branch. Stay with us. Do you know that we have phenomenal influence on our various regulatory bodies? How many of these regulatory bodies do you know within the country? Are you aware you can lodge your complaints if and when you are not satisfied with a product or service? How often do you ask the relevant questions? Whom do you call when things are not rightly done? Connect with me on Regulators on Adwa TV as we deliberate on the purpose of these regulatory institutions, their functions, accomplishments, and shortcomings. We ask the back-breaking questions and get the unpolished truth. Be a part of our conversations.
One peswa ho no mono eho etisenye brodon so ho awoten eho so etisenye o memuna nkasa woten no eho so etisen eni insembidi ko insembi editie timemufo etipentokwato santene kwoto aba wo hwe ne mo kwan se aka kendifo obeyi won betumi aboa ama man no etumi etumpon eso akendifo ebegidwa no etena so a na chese sebia so timemufo to a wotua no wode wasa wonsrem insembidi ko insembi editie we intine ho behia se memende biada wobrabo nonkron ewo wudon no so sei ken woni me ebedi ehia ewo Adwa TV kasafidie so wobra yeto nsa afra manyofo a wode manyosemo akoten wona abiahye wonim di ankasa etwetwe nkomo wobra yeto nsa afra mmahye bedwem ni no mensini crash wo honom ebetutu na no na achesen sema edika editie no ya toto ho sere ene abasa ewo kasafidie eso me a metine dwemu edigimedi ho chiame edi amede so ene political baby face.
People try to get their vehicles registered just to get that number plates that they want. How many have you been able to register from the 1st of January till date as compared to the same time last year?
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, that is a provision of the law that before you use your vehicle on the road, we have a structured process that you have to follow to have your vehicle registered. And if you get to DVLA facility, the first point of call is the customs, GRA. They are within our premises to make sure the vehicle intended to register, duty has been fully paid. Then from there, you take it on.
So, would you, as the body to register that vehicle, what are some of the requirements?
Yes. If you are registering a vehicle and what we need the importer's details. If the importer is around, we need his or her pictures. We also need her ID, a proof to show that yes, the vehicle indeed belongs to him or her. And then you pay a prescribed fee. When you pay the prescribed fee, then you will walk through the process, and then a number will be allocated to your vehicle. After which we assign a roadworthy certificate to the vehicle as well.
How long does it take for one to have the number plate attached to the vehicle?
It's a process, and all things being equal, it shouldn't take you no more than an hour and a half to have your vehicle registered.
Is it because of the system?
In fact, this time we deploy e-system and then manual system. The two systems are running concurrently. Yeah.
There are issues of people allowing others to do their work for them in terms of being a middle. Have you stopped that, or you still go ahead to do it, even with the middleman coming here?
No, we don't have. Our law, our statutes do not recognize middleman or woman. What the statute recognizes is agent. So, for instance, if I want to register my vehicle and I'm not available, I can ask you, I can empower you to do that on my behalf. Yes, so sometimes agents come around and register for prospective owners. So the law allows that, yes.
There are instances where we see vehicles that are not ready to line out. But we still see them, even with where the certificates or the sticker on their vehicles. What accounts for that?
You see, we pronounce vehicles roadworthy at the point of certification. So if you present your vehicle for roadworthiness examination today, and we declare the vehicle roadworthy, if you leave the premises and something happens to the vehicle, it's incumbent on you, the owner, to fix that fault before you use the vehicle on the road. Failure to do that is an offense.
But do we have any task force from the DVLA or from the Ministry of Transport to see to it that these things are checked?
Yes, we have task. DVLA has task force in collaboration with the NTTD. And even from next week, we are trying to roll out and then be on the road again. Yeah, so there's a task force that checks to those things. But I think vehicle owners shouldn't wait for DVLA task force to chase them before they do the right thing. If you think your vehicle is not roadworthy, just fix it so that before it can be pliable on the road.
Now, we have different colors of the
Yeah.
Can you tell us what it means? Like green or white, yellow background, some have red writing, and white.
Yeah, we have several, like you said. For commercial vehicles, they are assigned a yellow background number plate. And then for the private, white background. We also have the government agency, the GV, with a green background. We have CD, the one for the diplomatic corps, with a red background. Yes.
So the registration also comes from you?
Yes, it comes from us, yes. And then there's a fifth one, which is equipment, agricultural equipment and excavators, which is a blue background. Yeah.
But the motorcyclists also?
Yes, they also have the blue background, yes.
So what's the difference between the two?
Yes, the difference is simple. For the motorcycles, if you look at the identification, there's M in there, which means it's strictly for motorcycle. Yeah, and then the number arrangement is also different. So when we go out, you can take shot and show to the public. Yeah.
Now, we know, or we have read that the DVLA does not give commercialization to motorcycles. Yet we see people flying on the roads using the motorcycle, picking people from one point to the other. What is the DVLA about?
Apparently, we are not law enforcers. The law is clear. It says you can't take a pillion rider for a reward. So if you are taking someone for a reward, it's up to the law enforcement agencies to take that person on. Our mandate does not reach there.
So it states clearly that you are
Yes.
supposed to give commercial license to motorcyclists.
Yes.
Thank you very much. What compels people to register at the beginning of the year instead of any other time of the year? See people having cars without registration and with the DVP
Yes.
for quite some time, and then when the year starts, they rush into the
Well, the crazy is people want to have a latest prefix and suffix. We have prefix and then we have suffix. The prefix depicts the station where the vehicle was registered. Accra, for instance, GR. Yeah, and then the suffix is the year of which the vehicle was registered. So normally, yes. So people want to always have, catch the new suffix for their vehicles at the beginning of the year. So I think some also think if they have, the latest suffix on their vehicles, it makes the vehicle more valuable than, the old vehicles in the system.
Is it because as time goes on, you want to sell the vehicle out?
Yes, and in fact, I don't have answer to that question. But these are some of the signals we are picking. Yeah, that people want to catch, to have latest number plates on their vehicles, which I think is not the best. If you want to value your vehicle, it depends on how you maintain it and all that. It doesn't matter The year, yes, the number, yeah.
Now let's talk about teaching the road.
Yeah.
If I have a car today and I want to sell it out to another person, what am I supposed to do? How much can you pay?
Yes, that's what the law says. So if you sold your vehicle, it's incumbent on you to make sure there is change of ownership, so that if there's any liability in future, you are exonerated. Yeah.
And it only takes quite some time.
It doesn't take any much time.
Like how much?
It can, yes, at the cost, yes.
Very expensive.
It's not expensive. Depends on the capacity of the engine.
Okay. So, with in terms of certification, warranty and license, we have category.
Yes. Yes.
So we have drivers who take care of it, we have trucks, truck drivers, private
Yes, we have various categories of license. We have Class B, Category B, which enables you to drive a vehicle not exceeding 3,500 cc. But with the new alignment that we've done, license alignment, if you have Category B, you should be able to drive. Thank you. You should be able to drive up to a 15-passenger, vehicle, which in the past you cannot. And then if you want to drive the 207s and a vehicle which capacity is more than 5,500, you need to have, yes, you need to have Category C. And then the tipper truck, the bus is D, and then in that order. So if you want to drive that articulators and then the very high occupancy buses, you need to have Class F. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, every other person. If once you are applying for a new license or an upgrade, we have to test your competence. No, if you are applying for a license Class B, for instance, yes, you have to make vehicle available for us to test you. DVI don't provide vehicle for the testing. Yes, Alonka, yes. We don't have, so you have to make it available. The applicant will have to make it available for the testing. Yeah.
How long do you run before that position becomes
Yes, we have two, structured tests. The first one is in-yard, where we test the applicants within I don't know whether trade fair. They have a very big park. That's where we do the in-yard test. So when we do, we are confident enough that the applicants can drive in traffic on the road before we hit the road and test the applicant. So we don't have a time bound, but it should be no more than 1 hour to do the in-yard test and then the in-traffic test. Yeah.
What accounts for AQP those are road crashes?
Yeah, National Road Safety will tell you that road crashes depends on 3 things: the road, the vehicle, and then the person. And then they attribute, the human error, a greater chunk of percentage to human error. So the factors are several. But I keep telling people that, yes, the third factor, which is a human error, we can control it. If the law says don't drive beyond 50 kilometers per hour, why would you drive beyond that? If you drive beyond that limit, it means if there's any emergency, you can't control the vehicle to stop. People drink and drive. If you're not supposed to drink and drive, why would you drink and drive? Make sure your vehicle is well maintained. So these are factors that we have control over. And then if you want to go by the prescription, I think we can all help to reduce the carnage on our road.
How often should one maintain?
As often as you think you have to. Yes, vehicles are just like human beings. So if you notice some unusual sound in your vehicle, when your steering wheel, is racking, when your brakes are not effective enough, you have to, when your lights are not, when your windscreen is shattered or cracked, you have to visit the mechanic for it to fix for you.
So if you have these holes in that system, it means that when you get a vehicle, you're going to get a
Yes, but unfortunately, we don't issue roadworthy certificates. Yes, that duty has been given to the private entity.
But when you were issuing
Yes.
it's like when your vehicle is
get it, we'll ask you to go and fix the defect and come back. Yes.
That brings us to the fact that some every system the issue protocols. We know that every system is brought in to share the alarming protocols in the system.
Yeah.
How do we able to get these to happen?
Yes, they are around. You know, usually our premises are public places. So, well, that is our account, like you said. We have deployed several services online, like our license, for instance. Before you apply, yes, you can apply online and then come and finish up the process here. So as to the vehicle system, registration system that we deploy. And apparently, too, if you visit our facility, too, you see a lot of signages. You know, that is giving you direction to which office to go for a service. And then again, we also have PA system running, you know, cautioning people of Goroism. Yeah, so they are around, but we're also taking measures at least to protect our clients and others that visit our facility.
But if you're able to spot some of what deter them from the assignment?
Yeah, occasionally we do so. We arrest them and then, you know, send them to the police station. And then there are security guys too by the gates. They know them, they don't allow them entry.
They know them.
They know them, so they don't allow them entry into our facility. Yeah.
What do you want to say to us?
Yes, I want to tell the general public that people, when you procure a vehicle, don't wait till, you know, the new year before you want to register it. I mean, you can visit our facility anytime, any day, and then have it registered. And then again, when you visit our yards, our entry to customers, to look out for office directories and then all the signages that we have planted around so that they don't fall into the hands of the Goro guys. And then again, whatever service you want to apply, whether license or VRS, vehicle, you can go online. Yes, it's www.online.dtla.gov.gh and then apply for a service. Come here, will give effective service. And then again, finally, if you have any issue within our facility, just look out for the manager. We also have the administrator and an accountant. You can follow on us. We have information desk just across behind my office here. You can also visit there to lodge your complaint or commendation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Yesu Nina jadika sipi sobe ya mauda Fawadi shenye uha unina me Yesu Nina jadika sipi sobe ya mauda Onyami wa yevyo, onyami wa yevi Aka usebe jetu, nyami siwada Nyami wa yevyo, onyami wa yevi Aka usebe jetu, nyami siwada Yesu Nana jetika sipi soba ya mauda Nyami wa lewyo, nyami wa yebi Aka usobe jetu, nyami suoda Nyami wa lewyo, nyami wa yebi Aka usobe jetu, nyami suoda Oh,
we compare the chassis to what we have on the custom documents. If everything can
But normally before they come here for the new registration, if the car is used as stated here, normally most of the cars that comes into the country. So normally before they come here, they go to the private vehicle test station.
I was told it has been shifted from here.
Let me show you a copy.
So what's the report?
Here's a copy of the report. So here the test shows pass.
Okay, which means that everything is fine with
Everything
it.
is okay, so we can go ahead with our physical inspection.
Okay.
So the physical inspection, first of all, we check the chassis number.
What is the chassis number?
This is the chassis number. Every vehicle
Okay.
has its chassis number.
Okay. Depending on the brand.
Every vehicle has it's just like your name.
Okay.
Every person has a name. So even if it's Corolla, the ranges of Corolla all have their chassis number. So the chassis number can never be the same. So you compare the chassis to see if it's the same. From what is on the document is what is on the car.
So where is it on the vehicle now?
For this particular one, you can pay the chassis number.
Okay.
And also sometimes you can come this side,
The
depending
side
on
of the
the car.
vehicle. Okay.
But mostly we have it
Here.
at the lower left corner of the windscreen.
So means that this came from Tema.
So this came from airports. Normally airports they have their stickers they use. So we check the chassis. That's the first thing we check. We check the color of the car. We check the tire size. We check the weight distribution.
Okay.
The vehicle weight distribution. And normally after the inspection here, we have the manual registration.
As well.
We have the VIN registration, the vehicle service,
Okay.
which is the online. So normally the online, when the vehicle is direct, the registration is direct, meaning we are registering in the name of the importer. There won't be any transfer to any new owner.
Okay.
It goes
So
to the VIN.
it's not like you have a vehicle and then you are transferring to another
You see,
person.
sometimes the vehicle will be imported into the country by an agent. And it will be, let's say, you are buying the vehicle, you've gone to buy the vehicle from a garage. Normally, it was imported in the name of another person. So if we are registering, we register in the name of the importer and transfer it to you, the new owner.
Will be.
I hope you
Okay.
understand.
Okay.
So if it's direct, after the inspection, we take it to this room where we create an invoice
On the car.
on the car.
Okay.
Then the invoice contains the details of the car, details of the owner, that's the name, postal address, residential address, phone number, email address, date of birth. That's what we use to create the invoice, so that everything will be captured in the system.
In the system.
So the difference between the online and the manual is, with the online, at the end of the day, you'll be given a card. So meaning all your vehicle documents, everything will be on the card, just like the license.
So everything is embedded in the car.
It's embedded in the car. But with the manual registration, that one you'll be given a form. That's when it comes to the transfer. So the details of the previous owner, this is the name of the importer. So with the manual registration, the vehicle will be registered in the name of this importer and will be transferred
to the next
new
person.
owner.
Okay.
So all the necessary requirements.
But what's this number for?
No, this is the work of the customs. Normally, after they work on the documents, they number it for their booking in there. So after the inspection and everything has been done here, this is how we do the inspection.
So this is the type of vehicle?
The make of the car.
Okay.
That's the Hyundai, the model, the color of the car, the use of the car, whether private or commercial, the fuel, whether petrol
or diesel,
or sometimes to LPG.
Okay, gas.
I know the number of persons the car is supposed to carry.
Okay. So this one is supposed to carry 4 or 5?
Yeah, this is supposed to carry 4.
4. Okay. Why 4? Is it because of the size?
Because of the size.
Okay.
And that one is determined by us.
See that you see a taxi with a
No, especially with the woman. Those ones are very small and can't contain like 5 people. So normally we give them 4.
Okay. But they still pick 5. Sometimes when you see it with being a commercial vehicle, probably a taxi.
The police are supposed to enforce
it.
Because normally when we give them the roadworthy sticker, we indicate it on it as 4 persons. So this is the number of cylinders. But for this car, it's 3 cylinders. And the engine capacity, everything is here. Normally it comes like this. The chassis number, the year the car was made, the engine capacity, the make, and the year. So normally what we do is we also include the tire size.
Okay.
The
So
tire size of the car is the tire size.
Okay.
And the weight distribution. That's the net weight and the gross weight, the front weight and the rear weight.
Okay.
And also we take the length of the car, the width and the height.
Wow.
That's for the inspection.
So what happens here?
Yeah, normally the work that's been done at the private vehicle test, we used to do it here.
Okay, so this is for
These
that
are the
purpose.
machines, but for now we are not doing that here. So the only thing we do here is just the physical inspection, and also if the vehicle has already been registered,
Okay.
and maybe in future the person wants to do a transfer of ownership to a new person, the inspection too is done here, and also conversion from private to commercial or commercial to private, the inspection is done there as well. And also what we also do here is international vehicle permits. If let's say you want to drive outside the country, you bring the car here, we inspect to make sure everything is okay.
Then you
check
give
the
a permit.
tires, then you'll be given a permit.
Okay. So if I want to drive from here to Lagos,
Sure.
I can do that
So you bring the car
after
here.
you have given me that permit.
Yeah, you'll be given the permit first. But before we do that, we need to inspect your car to see it's in good shape.
Before you
check
can
the tires and everything. If it doesn't meet our standard,
then you need
we
that
advise to work on it then
before you come back. That's okay. So what are we going to do in this room?
That is for the online registration.
Okay. Can we go there? Hello.
So once the invoice is generated, normally what you do is you take the person, the online service account. So the name of the person, the date of birth, postal address, email, the SIM number, the house address and house number, telephone, nationality. So basically everything on the owner of the vehicle. So everything is captured in the system. Then an invoice will be generated. Then the fee for the registration is given here. So from here, the person will proceed to the bank and make the payments. So once the payment is done, then we come here. Yeah. So here is for the entries of all the inspections that we did on the car.
Yeah, let me bring it back.
So basically the invoice is information on the client. And for here is the information on the vehicle.
Okay.
So everything will be keyed in here and it will be captured on the system. So from here the person proceeding number plate. But we have the other side, that's where we do the biometric. The person's image will be captured, fingerprints and everything will be captured on the system. So basically what we do is just the invoice generation.
What are you here for?
Basically, I'm here to get my car registered.
Okay.
So I was told to get here. They'll create an invoice for me in order for me to do my payment. So I think I'm done and I've paid. I went to a room for my number and I'm done.
So have you been able to pay everything through the
I've
bank?
paid
How
to
long
the
did it take?
20 minutes. I took 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here, and 5 minutes at the back.
Is it because it's the online
Yes.
registration?
Yes.
So where's your car now?
I've parked outside. So I'm just picking up my number and I'm done.
With the number plate?
Yeah, then I'm done.
Okay. Your car is ready to be plied on the road. When you came here, what were some of the questions that he asked?
He asked me to park. I parked the car, inspected the engine, checked the tire number, engine number, capacity, and also amended one of some few things. He minuted on the forms and I took it to the bank for payments.
But you went to the GRE office?
Yes.
So all in all, what would you say? The online registration is better than the manual?
More or less. You know, like the vice president said, we are all migrating to paperless. So I think this is quite good. It's a good initiative. I mean, to take us through more long process and cumbersome process.
All right. Thank you very much.
One peswa ho no mo no eho etisenye brodo so ho a wote no eho so so etisenye omemu na nkasa wote no eho so etisen eni insem bi diko insem bi editie timemufo etipentokwato santene koto aba wo hwe ne mo kwan se aka kendifo wo beyi won ebetumi aboa amomman no etumi etumpon eso akendifo ebegidwa no etena so a na chese sebia so timemufo to a wotua no wode wasa wonsrem insem bi diko insem bi editie we intine ho behia se memende biada wo brabo no
are not rightly done. Connect with me on Regulators on Adwa TV as we deliberate on the purpose of these regulatory institutions, their functions, accomplishments, and shortcomings. We ask the back-breaking questions and get the unpolished truth. Be a part of our conversations.
Prior to the, I think, end of the year, there was an advertisement from DVLA that every vehicle must go through the private inspection centers, after which you bring it to DVLA office for the customs division to clear your vehicle. Yes, VRS is in such a way that it gives you the opportunity to log in from your comfort of, from the comfort of your home, so that after you have generated an invoice and you come to DVLA, you automatically go to the bank to pay. Then you come for your number plate. Yeah, so here. So in this office, we make sure that once you come here, your vehicles might have been released by the customs office. Then you go to the bay for physical inspection of the vehicle to be done. So when you come here, it means that you would have taken your invoice to the bank and paid already. So here we take your biometric information and we issue you with your number plate and your smart card. So now we are getting rid of the Form C.
The smart card, otherwise the license.
Yeah, I can show you one. Okay, fine. Okay, Sandra, smart card. Okay, so this is the smart card. After a registration has been processed, this is what you are being issued with, and this is to previously we used to issue you with your Form C, but now it is a digitized one. We give you the Form C after your registration has been done. So this is, in other words, your registration document. Yes. Instead of the forms, yes. So now we are trying to make sure that after every registration, a client gets this. So we would encourage the clients or the vehicle owners to come to DVLA so that we can take photographs of them. That's what we are advising now, that they come themselves so that we can take their biometrics. With this, there is no form of duplication of documents. Yes, and it's better.
Can you use this instead of?
Yes, you can use this instead of your the Form C. Yes, and so we advise that companies, yes, and stakeholders take note of.
So if you don't have the license in your vehicle as you're driving and you have this, is that
no? So, no, this is not a form of driver's license. This is for, it covers your vehicle as your vehicle document. Yes, and it has a security feature in that. I think it is the police that can access. Yes.
Where actually is the security?
Okay, so it's being embedded in it. Yes.
So after all this is done,
Yes.
the
Yes, we issue the number plate to the person, and the person gets a roadworthiness certificate as well.
That is if the car is here.
No, in whichever way. So yes, the person can come directly to come and do the registration by him or herself, or someone can start a registered agent. So it comes with an authority note. You should authorize somebody to register a vehicle on your behalf. Yes, that is what we do here.
So after all this is done, when exactly do you get your license?
The license, is it are you confused? Your driver's license or this is a smart card.
Yes.
You get your smart card. Okay, for now we call you back to get your smart card, but eventually it will be printed here. So that once you have your vehicle registered, we issue with your roadworthy certificate. We add your smart card. Yes, but so we are making provision for that. That it will be printed instantly, so that the client walks away with the smart card.
How long does this whole process take?
Okay, so we are looking at an hour. All things being equal, and I think the challenge we have is the mad rush at the customs division. If not that, any other DVL activity is running smoothly because we have a lot of workstations which is taking care of the public. So we are assuming that within an hour, a client who walks in with a vehicle released should be able to walk away with a smart card, should be able to walk away with his number plate, because now we don't produce this now. Here, we'll call in 2 weeks for the person to come for it. So approximately, we are looking at 1 hour.
So after your number plate has been issued, you come back in 2 weeks' time. This one.
Yes, for this.
What do you have to say to drivers, vehicle owners who are going to get their vehicles registered?
What we are saying is that for the sake of congestion, yes, we would advise that they try and generate their invoices in their individual homes, so that with this you can do that. You can generate your invoice so that once you come in, you just come and make payment, and you come for your plate. Yes, so let's say they can exercise patience, especially with the customs division. Yes, that is where the congestion is. But we are entreating the public to exercise patience with us, because very soon I think the pressure would have come down and everybody will be able to do that. And now, if you do not have a registration,
I'm the supervisor at the Vehicle Registration and Transfer Department. Vehicle Registration and Transfer Department, yeah.
Thank you very much. What's the difference between the manual registration and then the online registration?
The manual registration is, everything is about paperwork. You have to complete a form. The form you sign. If there are two parties involved, both of them have to sign, present an ID, photograph their photographs, and then with the online, or what we normally call it VRS, you only come with your custom entry. When the client come with your custom entry, you go to the custom division, where they will go through their system and then check whether the appropriate duty of the vehicle has been paid. If it's paid, then we have an officer at the inspection bay. You drive your car through the bay. The inspector will conduct an examination. Collect the data of the vehicles, and then if that is done, we have a room there with a computer that you go there and then you generate an invoice. If the invoice is finished, you collect the data that they got from the vehicle into the system. So when that is done, you go and do your payment. The invoice, based on the invoice, you do the invoice generate, you do your payment, and the payment is done. You go through, we have a room there that you go through, that your biometric, your fingerprints.
Is this coming from there?
Yeah. your fingerprint will be taken. If that is done, the data that was collected on the vehicle will be put into the system there, and then after that, a number will be allocated to that particular vehicle. And if that is done, we will print out a sheet. We have a certificate and then a smart card for you. So all the details of the vehicle and your photograph and the fingerprints and everything will be on that smart card. That is it. So it completes the system.
Which one can be done for? I mean, I can authorize someone to do the registration for me. Which one can I choose? Is it for the manual or for the biometric?
Both of them you can authorize somebody to do it for you.
And it has to go through the same process?
It has to go through the same process.
How about the biometric?
The fingerprint. Yeah, but the agent actually leads you, but when it gets to the DC, you, the person, the owner, your fingerprint has to be taken. Yeah.
How long does this process take in terms of transferring of one vehicle to another owner?
In terms of which one? In terms of the manual or the?
In terms of the manual.
The
How long
manual.
does it take? Yeah.
Well, the manual is a little bit cumbersome than the online. The online, if the data collected on the vehicle and then the invoice is done, the rest it can go through within a short time. You will get your smart card and then your certificate. So I think that one is faster than the manual. Yeah.
Is that the reason for the shift to the online system?
The online system, it avoids mistakes. Okay. Like this double registration, and this world, we are moving forward and we have to keep up to the outside world. So that when you go outside, all these things is done online and on a computer. We are still using this manual something. One of the main things, there are mistakes like double registration here and there, and it's very faster. It doesn't keep the client loitering around or keeping you wait for a long time.
So which one would you suggest, or which one would you advise that citizens would go for, especially when it comes to drivers, vehicles, and licensing?
The online is good because we are migrating very soon. The manual will not be there. There are some few challenges. They are working on it.
So you are hoping that by the close of the year we'll be able to
by mid this year everything will be this thing. So everything will be okay. They are working. We'll stop doing this manual work and then we'll go strictly on the online. Yeah.
What would you advise to drivers, especially who are seeking to have their vehicles registered?
Drivers. I advise them to, they should subscribe the online system. And that one is good.
Thank you very much.